ஆழ்வார் எம்பெருமானார் ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம், ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம். We have been seeing about karmanushtanams. In that, we have to see about our daily routines, what are all the activities we have to do, how we are supposed to do them, and so on. Before that, I wanted to share some thoughts on some important aspects in karmanushtanams. One of the main question which is raised when we talk about karmanushtanams, our daily activities, is about a fundamental problem. We may have some basic fundamental issues. Because of that, should we give up all anushtanams completely? That is one question. Or because we are having some basic fundamental issues, should we just act as we desire? Anyway, we are not going to fulfill the expected anushtanams because of our fundamental problems. So, should we just act as we desire instead of following any rules? So, these questions arise. Now, when I talk about basic issues, if you see an example, it will be very, very clear. This is a common problem we all face today. For example, it is said in Shastram that water has its purity due to its contact with earth. So, when you take bath in a river or a lake or a tank which is natural, then that water is pure and we get purified. Preference in Shastram is we take bath in a river. If that is not available, we take bath in a lake. If that is not available, we take bath in a tank or a pond which is natural. This is how the sequence is highlighted. Now, if in a particular place there is no river, then our elders will look into the next best option and continue to do their other anushtanams in the best manner possible. It is not that since the best is not available, we give up everything. So this principle is very important to understand. So today in our lives, we are not able to take bath in a natural water body. So it doesn't mean that we stop all other aspects, all other anushtanams. Rather, we should try to do all other anushtanams in the best possible way, and at the same time we should look for the opportunity to improve the basic as well. That is, find a place where we can have bath in the river and purify us properly. So that should be the long-term goal. In the meantime, we continue our basic anushtanams. Let us see another example. This may be a little bit hard to digest for some. Many of our own Sri Vaishnavas are living overseas, outside Bharatadesham. For us, Bharatadesham is the best place to be in this world for performing our Vaidika anushtanams, Kaikaryams and so on. That is because great sages have lived in this Bharatadesham and shown us the path. Particularly Devideshams, Abhimanasthalams and so on, which are praised by Alvars, Acharyas, where they also lived, are the best places for us to live and perform Mangala Shasanam, Kainkaryam to Bhagavan and Bhagavatas. None of these are to be done as Upayam, but they are to be done as Kainkaryam, what is apt for the Jivatma who is a prapanna. Now, while remaining overseas, one should neither think that this is very comfortable, let me just remain here, nor one should just think that since we are outside Bharatadesham, none of our activities will add any value. So let us live just like how the people over here live in a worldly manner. Instead, one should have constant craving to go to Bharatadesham, settle down in a Dividesham peacefully and engage in Kainkaryam. At the same time, while remaining wherever one is, one should continue to engage in Bhagavad Kainkaryam and so on. Now, this is not just to people who are living overseas, but even for us who are living in the big cities. We all would have a particular native place which is likely a Dividesham or an Abhimanastalam, or where there is a beautiful temple for Bhagavan with very few devotees, bhaktas there. So we should again crave to return to those places where there are very minimal people to perform Mangala Shasanam and Kainkaryam, and we should stay there. That should be our long-term goal as well. So this is something everyone has to think and see how to apply in their lives. So the long-term goal should also not be forgotten. At the same time, we don't give up everything because we are not able to have the fundamental aspect fulfilled. So we can understand from this that we have to progress step by step. We have to improve step by step. One fine morning, we cannot just stop whatever we are doing today and take up the anushtanams as given in Shastram on that fine day. That is not possible for anyone. Even those who are following Vaidika anushtanams properly from childhood, they would have been taught step by step. You do this first, you do this next. And then in this manner, people improve over time, and then these things stabilize in the mind and they remain fixed. If one can change in one day from position X to position Y, then it will also be possible for such person to revert back to the previous position easily. So step by step progress is always recommended, it's always beneficial. We can see a worldly example for this also. For the example that if one doesn't get a particular situation, one doesn't give up everything else. We can see in that example, for example, if one tries to get a medical seat, and let's say if that person fails in his attempt, now that doesn't mean that he quits education totally. Now he will see what is next best compared to medical, and then that person will pursue that education. That is the ideal, normal way of pursuing education when one's goal is not fulfilled immediately. So the same example can be seen in our anushtanams, daily acts as well. If we are failing in one particular aspect, that doesn't mean that we should completely become like a worldly person who does anything he likes and follows anything he wants. So that's something which we have to remember. It's a very important question which is often raised. So we have to see that we improve daily a little bit, and so on. So that over time, if we look back and see, we would have made a lot of improvements by the grace of Bhagavan, Acharyas and so on. And here is where it is very important to depend on our Purvacharya's words, listen to lectures, Kalakshepams, Upanyasams, and try to improve constantly by following those advices we get from Purvacharyas through their Granthams. Because if we just keep on listening for several years, but if we don't change even a little bit, then the purpose of hearing lectures, Kalakshepams or Upanyasams, whatever it may be, that purpose is not fulfilled. The purpose of learning something is to put it in practice. So this constant improvement, even a little bit, compared to yesterday we change something a little bit more. This constant improvement will lead to overall betterment of our own spiritual life. So that is something we have to remember. Another issue is also seen. Sometimes we are unable to follow certain anushtanams, principles, and we see that someone else is able to do it. Some people, what they will do is, they will say, this is not practical. Some persons may be doing it, but he thinks he is very great. He is thinking that he is a very good anushtata. He is very knowledgeable. That is why he is trying to do those things. And we try to criticize, or we try to be sarcastic about them, instead of appreciating that even if we are not able to follow, someone is able to follow a particular anushtanam, we should not criticize them. It is an important quality for a Sri Vaishnava that we should feel happy, at least if someone is able to follow these principles which are shown by our Acharyas. The other aspect in this is, sometimes we are able to follow certain anushtanams, but maybe someone else is not able to follow some of these anushtanams. See, no one is able to follow every single thing in Shastram. One may be able to follow certain things, another person may be able to follow another thing. So, when others are not able to follow, one should not look down upon them that they are not following anushtanams. Rather, one should think, how can we improve ourselves? One should look at self-improvement rather than always criticizing others. We should depend on Bhagavan Acharya's grace and look at our improvement rather than criticizing others. So that is also very important. Just because we are following, it is not that we are superior. We should understand that all of these anushtanams are done as kaikaryam. So there is no expectation of fruits from that. We are not looking for any benefits, punya or papa. We have seen that few times before. So here we are following the anushtanas because our elders have done it. Bhagavan has said that we should do, and we should try to do as part of our nature. So that is very important to understand. Finally, this will lead to another question. So should we not share this to anyone? Because if we share, then that may be appearing like criticizing others. So, shall we share good things to others or not? That question will arise also. Whatever we are following, if we are sure that it is a good anushtanam, good act, then naturally we can share it with others. Because this objective of being together as Sri Vaishnavas is to help each other in improving each other's lives. So we should share whatever we are following, but we should do it in a very humble way, not in a criticizing way, and we should have a genuine concern towards others in helping others. Whatever we are able to follow, if we are able to share it in a humble way, that is always good. So these are some aspects which Adiyan wanted to share before we move on to the next important topic of daily acts, what we have to do, how we have to do. We'll see that subsequently. Alvar Emberimanar Jiyar Tiruvadigalai Sharanam, Jiyar Tiruvadigalai Sharanam.
To learn such valuable information about our Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, please download Koyil, K-O-Y-I-L app from Google Play Store or Apple App Store. Our website is koyil.org, Koyil.org.